Hello, my name is Raquel Barksdale, and this is my family tree presentation. This is my grandfather and his brother. My grandfather name is Larry Blake. This is his brother Alexander Jr. Blake, which we called him AJ. My grandfather was born December 7th, 1935, and he passed September 10th, 2005. He was born and raised in Durham, North Carolina. This is a picture of my grandmother. Her name is Mary Lois Blake. She was born October 18th, 1932, and she passed December 29th, 2018. She's from Overthought, Georgia. This is a picture of my grandmother and her siblings back in the day. This is just a picture of them too, my grandmother and grandfather hugging. This is a picture of my mother, my aunts and uncle, grandmother and grandfather. This was just a family picture that they took at church. This is a very old picture. My mother name is Mary Blake. This is my aunt Diana Blake. This is my other aunt Sylvia Blake, and this is my uncle Frank Snipes. My grandmother and grandfather just had three daughters, which my mother and my two aunts. My mom was actually named after my grandmother. My grandmother name is Mary Lois Blake, and my mom name is Mary Ann Blake. This is a picture of me and my mom and my aunts and cousins. This picture is pretty old. It's a couple years old. We had girls day out. So this is my oldest, well, the cousin that's older than me by a year or two. Marquita right here, and this is my little cousin Denisha. Um, her mother is my aunt Sylvia, and Marquita, her mother is my aunt Diana. They also have sons. So my aunt Diane has a son named Demonte, and then my aunt Sylvia has a son named Cortez. And this is a picture of me and my mother. So to answer the question of how did social system how did the social systems, which is education, government, employment, racism, and or neighborhood environment, etc., have influenced my family's life. So the government was much easier and content during the 80s and 90s. Retirement was much more easier. My grandma actually retired at the age of 55, so you could retire early compared to now. The cost of living was way cheaper. Gas was way cheaper. Food was cheaper. Clothes was cheaper. Just the economy was just cheaper during the earlier time in our family. Employment was a whole lot easier to find. You didn't have to have a lot of degrees. And as far as like the community neighborhoods, it was much more safer in like our family, our community. Um, the communities were more united. Like we knew everybody. Like on our block street, we knew everybody. We could, it was much more safer. Like you was able to do more stuff. You didn't have to worry about, people shooting and just kidnapping, doing crazy stuff and all that like it is now. The families were more orientated to where, like I was saying, neighbors knew each other and they watched out for each other, how their houses, cars, family, kids, all that. As far as racism, it was much more common then. You didn't hear a lot about racism like that, compared to how it is now. People just tend, to hang out with their own race, and they socialize with their own race. But other than that, the social systems was, pretty, it was pretty different compared to, how it is now on, families and stuff like that. So this is my family tree presentation. Thank you.